Begin the alignment procedure by first driving the vehicle onto the alignment rack as straight as possible. Position the front tires in the center of the turn plates. These turn plates can be moved inward or outward to match any vehicle width. Check and adjust tire pressures and perform the other pre-alignment checks necessary to be assured of a proper alignment. Raise the vehicle and perform a dry park test to determine whether steering and/or suspension parts may need replacement before continuing with the alignment. Position both the front and rear rack jacking systems under the suspension system. Move the pads of the lifting unit under the suspension so the vehicle can be raised off of the drive-on surface of the alignment rack. Lower the alignment rack floor supports before lowering the alignment rack. When the alignment rack is lowered, the support arms should contact the floor or the bottom of the hoist in the case of this scissor-type alignment rack. With the alignment rack firmly supported by the support legs, raise the vehicle off of the alignment rack using the air hydraulic jacks previously placed under the front and rear suspension. With the wheels off the rack, install the alignment heads. Position the alignment heads with the valve stem located in the 1 o'clock position so the safety cable can be installed to the valve stem. Remove the tire valve cap and either put it in your pocket or place it in a location where it will not be lost. Screw the safety cable for the alignment head to the tire valve. Connect all of the cables and the lines as necessary. In this situation, the alignment heads are battery powered and communicate to the alignment machine via radio frequency signals. To power up this type of alignment head, simply turn it on. The bubble level and the 3 lights in the circle are used during the compensation process. Compensate all 4 alignment heads according to the alignment machine specified procedures. This compensation process allows for correct alignment of the wheels even if the alignment heads are not all installed to exactly the same depth or if there's a bent wheel. Remove the pins from the turn plates in the front and the skid plates in the rear. Lower the vehicle onto the turn plates. Now is a good time to check for toe out on turns or toot. The front wheels are turned until the turn plate under the outside wheel reads 20 degrees. A check on the other side of the vehicle indicates the inside turn plate had rotated 18 degrees, which was within specifications for this vehicle. A bent or damaged steering arm or knuckle is most likely the cause if toot is not within specs, and a problem of tire squeal while turning a corner at low speeds is the usual symptom. After lowering the vehicle and making sure the wheels are turned in the straight ahead position, jounce or bounce the vehicle at the front and rear to center the suspension. Some alignment machines, such as this Hunter P211, have a built-in ride height gauge. The readout shows the actual measurement and the specification so the technician will know if replacement springs are necessary before the alignment is begun. To prevent the wheels from rotating during the checking procedures, most alignment equipment manufacturers specify that the brakes should be kept applied. A brake pedal depressor tool connects between the seat and the brake pedal. Whenever the brake pedal is depressed, the brake lights will also be on with most vehicles. To prevent the brake lights from draining the battery, the brake light fuse could be removed or the connector to the rear lights disconnected. To measure caster, the front wheels must be steered first in one direction and then the other direction as directed by on-screen prompts. Most experts recommend that the front wheels be turned using the steering wheel because this creates the same forces on the system as is normally exerted during vehicle operation. After the caster angle has been determined, raise the front wheels off the rack and allow the wheels to droop. This allows a more accurate measurement for SAI, or steering axis inclination, than if the vehicle was kept on the rack. The front wheels are again rotated to the right and then to the left, following the directions on the alignment machine prompts to measure the steering axis inclination. After all of the angles have been measured, the alignment results can be printed out and compared to specifications. This printout shows that most angles are out of spec, not unusual for this training vehicle that's been used by students practicing replacing suspension and steering components. Start correcting the alignment by adjusting rear camber. Many vehicles require aftermarket shims to adjust the rear toe and/or camber. After the rear camber and toe have been adjusted, the front camber is now being adjusted by loosening and moving the lower strut mount. The caster on this vehicle was okay and did not require adjustment. If it had required adjustment, the caster should be adjusted before adjusting the camber. Straighten the steering wheel and use a steering wheel lock to hold the steering wheel in the straight-ahead position as shown. Some methods of adjusting front toe do not require that the steering wheel be locked. Follow the recommended procedures as specified by the alignment equipment manufacturer. After centering the steering wheel and locking it in the straight-ahead position, turn the engine and ignition off. Loosen the jam nut to allow the tie rod to be lengthened or shortened to adjust the front toe. Use a wrench or the flats of the tie rod if equipped to rotate the tie rod to bring the toe into factory spec. After the toe has been adjusted, hold the tie rod with a wrench while adjusting the lock or jam nut to prevent any change in the toe setting. After the alignment is completed, print out the results so the customer can see that all angles are within factory specification. After completing the alignment, carefully disconnect the alignment heads from the wheels. Reinstall the valve caps and wheel covers if necessary. Lower the vehicle. Install the pins in the turn plates before driving the vehicle off the alignment rack. Remove any chocks or blocks used to keep the vehicle from moving while on the rack. Carefully drive the vehicle off the alignment rack. The vehicle should be driven to check for proper vehicle handling and double check that the steering wheel is straight before returning the vehicle to the customer.